What I really want to say is I'm a royalist.
In contemporary royalty, various royal titles exist worldwide. One of such titles is Duke, which often holds a comparable status to many princes globally, and by that technicality there are a lot of Duke families too. But the big question is, which is the richest in the world? In this video, we will reveal the world's richest dukes in 2024. Charles James, Duke of Marlborough. Having a net worth of £185 million, Charles James Spencer Churchill entered the world in the grand halls of Blenheim Palace on a crisp November day in 1955.
One funny story. My grandfather once dropped the old sixpence on the floor, and the old flat cuppa cabbie said, "Never mind, your grace," he said, "it's only your sixpence." He said, "It may be a sixpence to you, but it's £1 to me."
His father, John Spencer Churchill, the 11th Duke of Marlborough, was a prominent figure in British society, known for his refined taste and love for the arts. His mother, Susan Hornby, came from a wealthy background, further cementing Jamie's place in the upper echelons of society. At the age of 7, he was sent to Harrow School, one of the most prestigious boarding schools in England. Jamie's fascination with his family's illustrious past was nurtured at Harrow. He delved into the annals of history, learning about his ancestor, Sir Winston Churchill, a legendary statesman who led Britain through the perils of World War II. As Jamie grew older, he developed a deep connection with the sprawling estate of Blenheim Palace. The palace, a testament to the grandeur of the Spencer Churchill family, served as a constant reminder of his noble lineage. Jamie spent countless hours exploring the vast gardens, immersing himself in the rich history that surrounded him. It was during his time at the Royal Agricultural University that Jamie's interest in estate management truly blossomed. He recognized the importance of preserving the family's legacy and took on the responsibility of overseeing the vast land holdings that came with his title. Jamie's dedication to the estate and his commitment to its preservation would become a defining characteristic of his reign as Duke of Marlborough. While the Duke of Marlborough's wealth was undoubtedly rooted in his family's vast land holdings, it was his own business acumen and entrepreneurial spirit that propelled his net worth to unimaginable heights. One of the Duke's most notable investments was in the real estate sector. He recognized the potential for growth and profit in acquiring and developing prime properties. From luxurious residential complexes to commercial spaces, the Duke's portfolio expanded rapidly, generating substantial returns on his investments. But the Duke's entrepreneurial ventures did not stop at real estate. He diversified his investments, venturing into the hospitality industry. Luxury hotels and resorts bearing the Duke's name became synonymous with opulence and impeccable service. These establishments attracted discerning clientele from around the world, further bolstering the Duke's financial success. He became Duke of Marlborough on the 16th of October 2014. Franz Bonaventura Adalbert Maria Herzog von Bayern, Duke of Bavaria. Franz Bonaventura Adalbert Maria Herzog von Bayern, commonly known as Duke of Bavaria, was born as the third child and elder son of Albrecht, Duke of Bavaria, and Countess Maria Draskovic of Trakostian. In 1934, when Franz was just a year old, his father, Albrecht, emigrated to Hungary with his family to escape the growing influence of the Nazis. The family returned to Bavaria briefly from 1935 to 1939, living in seclusion in Creuth. However, with the outbreak of World War II, they were forced to move back to Budapest, Hungary, where they resided in a rented apartment in the Castle Quarter. In March 1944, Nazi Germany occupied Hungary, and the Wittelsbach family's fate took a dark turn. On October 6, 1944, the Gestapo arrested the entire family, including the 11-year-old Franz. The dark cloud of captivity finally lifted in April 1945, when the United States Third Army liberated the concentration camps. Franz and his family emerged from the horrors of the Holocaust, forever marked by their experiences. After the war, Franz focused on rebuilding his life and pursuing his education. He received his secondary education at the Benedictine Abbey of Ettal, where he laid the foundation for his future endeavors. Following his time at the Abbey, Franz embarked on a journey of higher learning, studying business management at the University of Munich and in Zurich. His experiences during the war had instilled in him a deep appreciation for art and its power to transcend adversity. This passion led him to become a collector of modern art, with a particular focus on contemporary German artists. Franz's collection included early works by renowned artists such as Joseph Beuys, Georg Baselitz, Blinky Palermo, Jörg Immendorf, and Sigmar Polk. The heir presumptive to the headship of the House of Wittelsbach is Franz's brother, Prince Max, Duke in Bavaria. However, Max has 5 daughters and no sons, which raises the question of the Bavarian line of succession. In the absence of a direct male heir, the Bavarian line of succession would pass to Prince Luitpold, Franz and Max's first cousin in the male line. Prince Luitpold would then be succeeded by his son, Prince Ludwig of Bavaria, born in 1982. This carefully crafted line of succession ensures the continuation of the House of Wittelsbach and its traditions. It is worth noting that Franz's lineage connects him to the House of Stuart, making him a descendant of the British and Irish crowns of the Stuart kings. However, Franz has made it clear that he does not actively pursue any claim to the British throne. He considers it a charming historical curiosity, rather than a claim he actively pursues. His focus remains on his role as the head of the House of Wittelsbach and his contributions to Bavarian society. Franz was styled Prince von Bayern at birth. In 1996, after the death of his father, he changed his style to Herzog von Bayern, Duke of Bavaria. Carlos Fitz-James Stuart, Duke of Alba. Carlos, born on October 2, 1948, was the eldest son of Cayetana Fitz-James Stuart, the 18th Duchess of Alba, and Luis Martínez de Irujo, a descendant of the 9th Duke of Sotomayor, and has a net worth estimated to be $5 billion. From a young age, Carlos was surrounded by opulence and grandeur, growing up in the lavish halls of the House of Alba. But Carlos's journey to becoming the Duke of Alba was not without its challenges. Tragedy struck early in his life when his father passed away in 1972. Despite this loss, Carlos persevered and continued to embrace his noble heritage. At the tender age of 2, Carlos's life took a significant turn. In 1951, his grandfather, Jacobo Fitz-James Stuart, the 17th Duke of Alba and 13th Duke of Huescar, ceded the title of Duke of Huescar to young Carlos. As Carlos grew older, he pursued higher education at the prestigious Complutense University of Madrid, where he obtained a degree in law. Carlos's passion for culture and heritage led him to become an advisor for several esteemed cultural institutions. He dedicated his time and expertise to organizations such as the Hispania Nostra Foundation, the Valencia de Don Juan Institute, and the Hispanic Society of America. Through these roles, Carlos played a vital part in preserving and promoting Spain's rich cultural legacy. In addition to his cultural pursuits, Carlos took on the responsibility of overseeing the House of Alba Foundation. Carlos's role in managing this vast wealth and historical legacy was a testament to his dedication and commitment to his noble lineage. Along with these prestigious titles, Carlos also inherited 38 other titles, including the Duke of Berwick and the Duke of Liria and Jerica. The succession to most of these titles was officially confirmed in 2015, solidifying Carlos's position as a prominent figure in Spanish nobility. Upon the passing of his mother, Cayetana Fitz-James Stuart, the 18th Duchess of Alba, in 2014, Carlos found himself at the forefront of succession. As the first in line, he assumed the title of the 19th Duke of Alba and the Grandee of Spain. Prince William, 24th Duke of Rothesay.
I take duty very seriously. I take my responsibilities very seriously.
With a net worth of around $1.2 billion, Prince William's journey has been filled with remarkable achievements and challenges. Born on June 21, 1982 in London, England, he is the elder son of King Charles III and the late Diana, Princess of Wales. William's education began at prestigious schools, starting with Wetherby School, where he received a well-rounded education. From there, he moved on to Ludgrove School, where he continued to develop his academic and leadership skills. In 1995, William took another significant step in his education by enrolling at Eton College. This renowned institution provided him with a challenging academic environment and further opportunities to develop his leadership abilities. After completing his A-levels, William embarked on a gap year that would shape his perspective on the world. He traveled to Chile, Belize, and Africa, immersing himself in different cultures and experiencing the realities of life beyond the confines of his royal upbringing. In 2001, William took the next step in his academic journey by enrolling at the University of St Andrews in Scotland. It was during his time at St Andrews that his life took a dramatic turn. While studying art history, William found himself drawn to a fellow student who would ultimately become the love of his life. In 2003, William met Catherine Middleton, a charming and intelligent young woman who captured his heart. Their relationship blossomed over the years, and their love story became the subject of intense media scrutiny. Despite the challenges that came with being in the public eye, William and Catherine's bond grew stronger, and they navigated the ups and downs of their relationship with grace and determination. Their love story reached a significant milestone in 2010 when William proposed to Catherine during a romantic trip to Kenya. The world eagerly awaited their grand wedding, which took place on April 29, 2011 at Westminster Abbey. Since their wedding, William and Catherine have undertaken numerous royal tours and engagements, representing the British monarchy with dignity and grace. Throughout his early life, education, and the beginning of his relationship with Catherine, Prince William demonstrated a strong sense of duty and a commitment to using his platform for positive change. In 2006, Prince William joined the British Army, becoming a part of the Household Cavalry's Blues and Royals Regiment. During his time in the Army, Prince William also trained as a search and rescue helicopter pilot. His passion for aviation and his desire to make a difference led him to pursue this specialized role. In recognition of his skills and commitment, he was awarded RAF wings, further solidifying his place within the military. In 2015, after nearly a decade of military service, Prince William made the decision to transition to civilian life. He became an air ambulance pilot for the East Anglian Air Ambulance, putting his skills and training to use in a different capacity. This role allowed him to continue serving the public and making a difference in the lives of those in need. Prince William's military service was not without its challenges. He faced the realities of war and witnessed the sacrifices made by his fellow servicemen and women. These experiences further deepened his understanding of the importance of mental health support for those in the armed forces and their families. In recent years, Prince William has continued to champion mental health awareness, launching initiatives such as Heads Together and Our Front Line. These campaigns aim to break the stigma surrounding mental health and provide support to those who need it most. His dedication to this cause has resonated with people around the world, and he has become a leading advocate for mental health support. He became Duke of Cornwall and Duke of Rothesay following his father's accession to the throne on the 8th of September 2022. Edward William Fitzalan Howard, Duke of Norfolk. Edward was the son of Miles Francis Stapleton Fitzalan Howard, the 17th Duke of Norfolk, and his wife Anne Mary Theresa Constable Maxwell. Edward's education was of utmost importance to his family. He attended Ampleforth College, a prestigious Roman Catholic independent school known for its academic excellence. After completing his schooling, Edward went on to further his education at Lincoln College, Oxford. At Oxford, he continued to excel academically and embraced the rich intellectual and cultural environment of the university. The Fitzalan Howard family can trace its roots back to Edward I, and their connection to the British monarchy runs deep. Edward's grandfather was responsible for organising Queen Elizabeth's coronation in 1953, as well as the state funeral of Sir Winston Churchill in 1965. The family's involvement in such momentous occasions showcased their influence and prominence within British society. In addition to their noble duties, the Fitzalan Howard family also had a passion for the Scout movement. Edward, during his time at Ampleforth College, was a Cub Scout, and this early involvement in scouting would leave a lasting impact on him. From 2000 to 2002, Edward served as the Deputy Earl Marshal, a position that prepared him for his future role as the Duke of Norfolk. This role allowed him to gain invaluable experience in organising major ceremonial occasions, a responsibility that would become a defining aspect of his life. Edward's involvement in organising major ceremonial occasions is not a recent development. His family has a long-standing tradition of playing a significant role in such events. His grandfather, for instance, was responsible for organising Queen Elizabeth's coronation in 1953, as well as the state funeral of Sir Winston Churchill in 1965. This legacy of excellence and attention to detail has been passed down through the generations, and Edward has continued to uphold this tradition with grace and precision. Edward Fitzalan Howard's personal life has not been without its share of challenges and triumphs. One significant chapter in his life was his divorce from his former wife, Georgina, Duchess of Norfolk. After a long period of separation, the couple finalised their divorce in 2022, marking the end of their marriage. The divorce was undoubtedly a difficult decision for Edward, as he is a devout Roman Catholic, and divorce goes against the teachings of his faith. However, sometimes life takes unexpected turns, and Edward and Georgina found themselves on separate paths. Despite the dissolution of their marriage, they remained committed to their shared responsibilities and continued to live together in their vast medieval castle. Tragedy struck in 2002 when Edward's father, the 17th Duke of Norfolk, passed away. As the eldest son, Edward inherited his father's peerages and assumed the position of Earl Marshal. Richard Scott, Duke of Buccleuch. Richard Scott, with a private fortune estimated at £260 million, was born on February 14, 1954 in Edinburgh, Scotland, as the son of John Scott, 9th Duke of Buccleuch, and Jane Scott, Duchess of Buccleuch. From a young age, Richard was surrounded by the trappings of nobility and had connections to the British royal family. His father, the 9th Duke of Buccleuch, held prominent titles and was a respected figure in society. His mother, Jane Scott, Duchess of Buccleuch, came from a family with a long history of public service and cultural contributions. He attended St Mary's School in Melrose, where he received a well-rounded education and developed a strong foundation for his academic pursuits. After completing his education at St Mary's School, Richard went on to attend Eton College, one of the most prestigious and renowned educational institutions in the world. At Eton, he continued to excel academically academically and demonstrated a keen interest in various subjects. But it wasn't just his academic achievements that set him apart. Richard's charismatic personality and natural leadership skills also made him a standout among his peers. Richard's exceptional qualities did not go unnoticed, and in 1967 he was appointed as the Page of Honor to Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. This prestigious role was a testament to his character and the high regard in which he was held by the royal family. As a Page of Honor, Richard had the unique opportunity to serve and interact closely with the Queen Mother, gaining invaluable insights into the workings of the royal household and the traditions of the British monarchy. His time as Page of Honor further solidified Richard's sense of duty and instilled in him a deep appreciation for the rich history and traditions of his country. After completing his tenure as Page of Honor, Richard continued his education at the University of Oxford. He pursued a Bachelor of Arts degree and graduated in 1976, further expanding his knowledge and intellectual horizons. Richard Scott's early life and education laid the foundation for his remarkable journey as a prominent figure in society. From his privileged upbringing to his education at esteemed institutions like St. Mary's School and Eton College, Richard's formative years shaped him into the accomplished individual he is today. His experiences as the Page of Honor to Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, further deepened his understanding of tradition and duty. In addition to his family life, Richard Scott has been involved in various notable events and milestones. His appointment as High Steward of Westminster Abbey in October 2016 was a significant honor, as this position had previously been held by the 5th Duke of Buccleuch in the late 19th century. Richard's involvement in this historic institution further solidified his connection to British heritage and tradition. Another significant event in Richard's life was his appointment as Lord High Commissioner to the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland. This prestigious role, which he held in 2018 and 2019, demonstrated his commitment to faith and his dedication to supporting the Church of Scotland. Richard's involvement in the Order of the Thistle as both a knight and the Chancellor has been a defining aspect of his personal life. This ancient order, with its rich history and traditions, holds a special place in Richard's heart. He inherited the titles of Duke of Buccleuch and Duke of Queensberry upon his father's death on the 4th of September 2007. Ralph Percy, Duke of Northumberland. With an estimated wealth of £315 million, Ralph Percy's strategic management and business acumen propelled the estates to new heights. Born on November 16, 1956, Ralph George Algernon Percy was the second son of Hugh Percy, the 10th Duke of Northumberland, and Lady Elizabeth Diana Montague Douglas Scott, daughter of the 8th Duke of Buccleuch. He received his early education at prestigious institutions, including Eton College, where he honed his intellectual abilities and developed a keen interest in history. It was during his time at Eton that Ralph began to understand the significance of his family's role in British society and the importance of preserving their heritage. After completing his education at Eton, Ralph pursued further studies at Christ Church, Oxford, where he graduated with a degree in modern history. His time at Oxford allowed him to delve deeper into the historical context that surrounded his family and the broader British nobility. Armed with a comprehensive understanding of the past, Ralph was well equipped to carry on the legacy of the House of Percy. But Ralph's thirst for knowledge did not end there. He continued his education at Reading University, where he studied land management. This field of study was of particular importance to the Percy family, as their vast estates required careful stewardship and strategic planning. Ralph's commitment to learning about land management showcased his dedication to preserving and enhancing the family's extensive properties. Following the completion of his studies, Ralph embarked on a professional journey that would further shape his understanding of estate management. He worked in the Arundel Castle Estate Office for 7 years, gaining valuable experience in the intricacies of managing a large estate. This hands-on experience provided Ralph with practical insights into the challenges and responsibilities that came with overseeing the family's vast holdings. However, Ralph's true calling was to return to his ancestral home in Northumberland and take on the role of managing the Alnwick estate. This estate, belonging to his elder brother Henry, the 11th Duke of Northumberland, held great historical and cultural significance. It was here that Ralph would truly come into his own, applying his knowledge and expertise to ensure the preservation and prosperity of the family's cherished properties. With the passing of the 11th Duke of Northumberland, Ralph Percy assumed the prestigious title of the 12th Duke of Northumberland in 1995. Henri Luxembourg, Grand Duke of Luxembourg. With a net worth estimated around $4 billion, Henri Luxembourg, also known as Grand Duke Henry, is a prominent figure in the royal family of Luxembourg. He was born on April 16, 1955 at Betzdorf Castle in Luxembourg. He is the eldest son of Grand Duke Jean and Princess Josephine Charlotte of Belgium. Growing up, Henri had a close-knit family and was surrounded by the rich history and traditions of the Luxembourgian royal family. Henry's father, Grand Duke Jean, was the eldest son of Charlotte, Grand Duchess of Luxembourg, and Prince Felix of Bourbon-Parma. farmer. His mother, Princess Josephine Charlotte, was the only daughter of King Leopold III of Belgium and Princess Astrid of Sweden. This royal lineage gave Henry a strong connection to both the Luxembourgian and Belgian royal families. During his childhood, Henry had the opportunity to interact with various members of European royalty. His godparents were his maternal uncle, the Prince of Liège, later known as King Albert II of Belgium, and his paternal aunt, Princess Marie Gabrielle. These relationships further solidified his place within the royal circles. Archduchess Marie Astrid of Austria, Prince John of Luxembourg, Princess Margaretha of Liechtenstein, and Prince Guillaume of Luxembourg. Together, they formed a close bond and shared many experiences as members of the royal family. In 1964, when Henri was just 9 years old, his grandmother, Grand Duchess Charlotte, abdicated the throne, and his father became the new Grand Duke. Henry received a comprehensive education both in Luxembourg and France. In 1974, he obtained his baccalaureate and went on to pursue military officer training at the prestigious Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst in England. This training instilled in him a sense of discipline and leadership, qualities that would serve him well in his future role as Grand Duke. After completing his military training, Henri furthered his education by studying political science at the University of Geneva and the Graduate Institute of International Studies. His academic pursuits provided him with a deeper understanding of global affairs and prepared him for the diplomatic responsibilities that would come with his position as Grand Duke. Throughout his childhood and upbringing, Henry was exposed to the rich cultural heritage of Luxembourg. He witnessed the traditions and customs of the Luxembourgian people and developed a deep appreciation for his country's history. As the heir apparent, he assumed the title of Hereditary Grand Duke of Luxembourg. Hugh Grosvenor, 7th Duke of Westminster. With an estimated net worth of a staggering £9 billion, Hugh Richard Louis Grosvenor was born on January 29, 1991, as the third child and only son of Gerald Grosvenor, the 6th Duke of Westminster, and his wife Natalia Phillips. Growing up in the magnificent surroundings of Eaton Hall in Cheshire, Hugh was surrounded by opulence and grandeur. This sprawling estate served as the Grosvenor family seat, a place where tradition and heritage were deeply ingrained. Alongside his three sisters, Lady Tamara, Lady Edwina, and Lady Viola, Hugh experienced a childhood that most could only dream of. But it wasn't just a life of luxury for Hugh. From a young age, he was instilled with a sense of responsibility and a desire to make a difference. He attended a local public primary school, where he received a well-rounded education that laid the foundation for his future endeavours. As he grew older, Hugh's thirst for knowledge and passion for the countryside led him to pursue further education. He attended the prestigious Mostyn House School, where he continued to develop his skills and broaden his horizons. Following his time at Mostyn House, Hugh furthered his education at Ellesmere College in Shropshire, where he continued to excel academically. But Hugh's educational journey didn't stop there. He went on to study at Newcastle University, where he pursued a Bachelor of Science degree in countryside management. It was during his time at university that Hugh honed his skills and deepened his understanding of the natural world, setting the stage for his future endeavours as a landowner and businessman. He began working in estate management at Wheatsheaf Group, a renowned food and agriculture investment business based in the Eaton estate and owned by the Grosvenor Group. Here he gained invaluable experience in managing vast properties and navigating the complexities of the business world.
My father was a man who liked to do things and to get things done. Being human, he also liked to see them done. And it seems unjust, as well as sad, he didn't live to be here.
In August 2016, tragedy struck when his father, Gerald Grosvenor, passed away. As the only son, Hugh inherited not only his father's prestigious title, but also control of the Grosvenor estate. This sudden wealth catapulted Hugh into the ranks of the wealthiest men in Britain, a position he continues to hold to this day. This is all we have for you in this video. If you would love to keep exploring more exciting videos like these, then click on any of the cards on your screen.